Before we get to the video, if you would like to help me stop the madness, then please visit madnessnation.net to get all of your merchandise, or simply hit the link in the description below to donate. Remember, I cannot stop the madness without you. Madness.
All right, you hear me now?
Oh, okay, I can hear you. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I want to ask you something. Do you have any kids?
You said, do I have any kids?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, when your kid is 4 years old, when they say hold me, do you think that guy could walk a half a mile with a 4-year-old, 120-pound guy? There's no way. There had to be a car outside. And I've seen other things that said this kid did not even own a car.
Which means he had help.
He had to have. Like, could you walk a half a mile with a 4-year-old? There's no way, dude.
I couldn't walk half a mile with a 1-year-old, let alone
And
a 4-year-old.
And if people want to say, well, maybe the kid walked himself, dude, it would have taken him 2 days to walk that far with the 4-year-old walking on his own.
Oh, yeah, especially a 4-year-old kid. They get distracted easy.
Yeah, and plus, the other thing why I think there's a car is, okay, if you see that dude at 6 in the morning with a half-naked baby just walking down the street, he had to have been in the car, dude. There's no way. But they're going to find out. If you figure all the Ring doorbells, just in that, if they went just every house on the path he took, he had to have walked by hundreds of cameras.
Facts. That's facts.
So
he had to walk past.
Out, dude.
He had to walk past hundreds of cameras, and if he didn't walk past hundreds cameras, then that would definitely prove your point that he did have a car to get away with that.
And the way the body looked dumped. It didn't look like it was stabbed on foot and left. It looked, because it was half on the curb, half in the road, meaning like you would just open the door and throw it out.
See, that's some I didn't hear it. See, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, no, if you look like at the memorial where it was in the news, they say that it was just right there, right on the corner.
Like somebody was like, get him out, get him out, get him out.
Yeah, and I saw in another program, I don't know if they were just, trying to create content, but they had a theory that maybe the child had been sexually abused because CPS was possibly going to check on the family, and the mother freaked out, being a tweaker, paranoid. Maybe she wanted the baby out of there and needed help. I mean,
I did hear that story. I did hear that they believe it was sexual abuse and that the child was being molested. I did hear that story earlier today. So you thinking that maybe that, because when people on drugs, they be tweaking and they get scared real easy. So you think maybe the mama was like, hey, if they come here and see this, I'm gonna be in trouble. Get rid of the body. Get rid of the baby. You think something like that?
Yeah, I grew up in a tweaker house. My mom used to be a hardcore tweaker when I was from like 13 till I got out of there. So I relate to this story completely, dude. It's crazy, dude. So yeah, I think that they there's no motive. Why would that kid just have to just feel the need to kill a baby? And I keep hearing you talk about where he smells his fingers.
Right.
One of the theories I hear that makes the most sense is because the kid wet the bed and he felt wetness and he was just smelling his fingers to see if it was pee.
Okay.
Which seems to make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense. Like you actually stick your hand in something, you want to know what it is.
But I'm one of the people that believe it was the older brother.
A lot of people. Do you believe that? Did you see the video footage of him getting taken out? You seen it, right? Because you talked about the piece. So you seen both videos?
Yes, and I've also compared it to other videos I've seen where people are filming the brother with like their cell phone at memorials and stuff. Mm-hmm. Dude, that brother's got to be 3-4 inches taller than the black kid, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming he looks way taller, and the posture on the brother is way different than the other kid.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe, okay, because at the nighttime video, do you believe that was Darriynn Brown or do you believe that was Carter? At the nighttime video. You believe that was Carter?
Absolutely, it was Carter, dude.
You believe it was Carter, okay. A lot of people saying that.
If you compare the posture from that kid to then the kid in the morning, it's two completely different people. There's a 3-inch height difference, really, in my opinion.
So what would be your theory for why? Because the daytime video, I believe that was Darriynn Brown because that was the daytime video.
No, that was for sure him.
Yeah. Okay. So what would be your theory for him being in the house in the morning? Do you think for him to be framed or?
You know what? I think that I believe the theory that maybe he has something going on with the mom, and I think the mom might have just said, "Hey, can you do me a favor and go check on the kids?" Because the way he looked at that kid and he kind of looked around the room like, "Where's the other kid?" And then he could have went back out and then went, "Hey, where's the other one?" You don't know, you
Right.
know.
And this is my thing. And this is why I try to tell people to just be good people, because we do have Darriynn Brown on the videos with the hammer where he was going around breaking cameras and everything like that. We have those photos. But the thing about it is, if you're a person that's doing that, let's just hypothetically say that Darriynn Brown wasn't the one who took the baby or killed the baby. Hypothetically, okay? Because it's all allegedly at this point. But when you're doing stuff like that, you make it easy for people to pin stuff on you. Like if you had went to prison for murder and you got out 25 years later and then you just happen to be in the spot of a murdered body, they're automatically going to assume that it's you because you fit the MO.
Look, when I was a kid, I was a punk. I would break in the cars to steal the coins out of people's ashtray and everything. And people in the neighborhood would tell my parents what an asshole kid they had and all that. So I was just out of control, but I wasn't a killer. I mean, yeah, the guy could have been a punk. He could have been smacking things with the hammer and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily prove he's a killer.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's guys that are bank robbers who have never hurt anybody. I mean, you know, I mean,
could have just been a nuisance.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just been a punk ass kid in the neighborhood, just bored, you know, troubled youth. Who knows, you know?
Cause you remember Darriynn Brown mother, I don't know if you read that report, but she said that he was at home all day that day. That's what she was saying. She's saying it couldn't have been him. He was at home all day that day. You hear that about that?
All night, she said, I believe.
So when she was like, how could he have did that? He was at home. But then we had people that, you know, is from the area, from the neighborhood that said she's lying because we actually have him on our doorbell cameras. He wasn't at home all day.
See, that's what I'm waiting for. Because like I was saying in the beginning, there's got to be everybody's got a Ring doorbell these days and stuff. I mean, there's got to be endless videos out there. And the FBI is definitely, I thought it was strange too that they gave the guy bail, because I saw that in Texas, a child murder under the age of 6 is like automatic death penalty. But yet he has bail, even though it's an unaffordable bail. He still has the right to get out if he wanted, which is kind of strange too. You'd think for such a heinous crime, if they were 100% they had the guy, there would be absolutely no bail. And so that tells me that there's doubt even in their mind. Even if it's just a little doubt, there's still some doubt.
I said the same thing when I first did
Unless
the story.
They're holding him there on purpose as a setup for the family, because you know they're watching that family. They're probably reading every text.
Oh, they watching that family like a hawk. Yeah, they watching them like a hawk at this point, because everything that the family is saying is doing is suspicious. Even if they was completely innocent, the way they moving, the way they stories keep changing, is suspicious. You know, when you're dealing with the FBI and a murder like this that's now catching national attention, if your story changes at all, if you say you was at Walmart and then next thing you know, you say you was at Target, your story changes at all, you a prime suspect at this point.
Yeah, because the truth never changes. Lies always change. Liars could never keep their thoughts together.
That's facts.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they could legally, though, within his constitutional rights, keep him locked up to trap the other people. But hey, you never know, dude.
This is a whole. This whole story is just madness, and I feel so bad for Cash. I feel bad for any child that you don't even get to experience life, and it just make you realize, like, damn, there were some really evil people. Like, who could do that to a child? This is a child. You're not fighting for your life. This 4-year-old cannot kill you at all, so you're not defending yourself in no way, shape, or form. It just takes a very evil person, and it's just it's the reality we live in, though. It's the world we live in. It's unfortunately sad.
Maybe the mother cut it off, you know, quit banging him, and he wanted to retaliate. If it was the Brown guy, and he wanted to retaliate, I don't know. I don't think so. You gotta be a certain kind of sicko to just kill a baby like that.
I'll tell you what, once Baby Cash get justice, and I'm praying that he get justice. I'm praying that they solve this case ASAP. Whoever did that to Cash, I'm gonna just say, whatever happens to them, they brought it on themselves. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say I hope nope. Whatever happened to them, they brought it on themselves. You don't kill Texas, no 4-year-old.
It's automatic death penalty under 6 years old. That's what I've read.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna shed one tear for whoever done this. Whoever done this to Baby Cash, to whoever can kill a 4-year-old, if they get the death penalty, which you said that's the law down there in Texas, I won't share.
Federal crime. That's why the FBI is involved.
I won't share one tear. I won't lose one lick of sleep.
I'm sure they're going to bust it. I'm sure any day now you're going to wake up and they're going to break this thing wide open with all kinds of video and all kinds of. They're still waiting on the forensic testing to come back.
Yeah, from what I heard.
Yeah. But,
and once that comes back, oh, they definitely about to be pinpointing. Because you know, forensics, they'll find anything on forensics: blood, sweat, hair, whatever the case. Even though the hair, I don't think you can really get somebody on the hair if that person is in and out the house. That's something that a lawyer can easily throw out, like that would be on there. But with the murder weapons.
The interesting thing too is they found the bloody knife with the bloody paper towels in the bathroom of Cash's house. Why would that guy put the murder weapon and stuff on the counter in someone else's bathroom? That doesn't even make sense.
Unless somebody in that house told him to do it, and he was like, well, here go your knife. I'm gonna leave this right here. Thank you for letting me use it. All right, see you later, babe.
And I'll tell you something, growing up around tweakers, dude, one thing about tweakers is they're all like MacGyver. They can plot and plan and scheme the craziest things up, dude. As far as, you know, setting somebody up.
Right.
I mean, your brain is just going a million miles a minute. You're like on it'd be like on whatever, what's that, attention deficit disorder medicine? It's like that on steroids, dude.
Ritalin? You talking about Ritalin?
Yeah, it's like Ritalin on steroids, dude. So they can plot and scheme. That's all that you do on meth is you just plot and scheme, dude.
Now, hold on. Now, you say you believe the brother did it. Do you believe that the mother had anything to do with this, or you think she's just on drugs and she's just completely out the loop?
I'm still open to that first theory I told you, that CPS was possibly scheduling to do a welfare check because of maybe they heard something or who knows. And maybe the mom knew that somebody was diddling that kid, and they're like, if they find out, you know, maybe the kid could talk. Maybe the kid's saying somebody's touching my pee-pee or whatever. Who knows, dude?
Yeah, at 4 years old, yeah, you definitely, at 4 years old, they can definitely talk, especially in this day and age.
They could definitely start pointing fingers and stuff. Maybe that's why people thought, like, I wonder how he was able to pick which one he needed to get out of there. It could have been the one that they knew was getting diddled, you know?
Right.
And then, I know that mom has had her kids taken away before. I did see that in some news, that the kids had been in the system for a while as far as going to group homes and stuff because she was just far gone on meth.
You know, and that makes sense. Now, like, people, for y'all who's watching Stop the Madness, join us. We are discussing Baby Cash and theories of what you think may have happened. But that, like you just said, that kid was 4 years old, and you right. If they was about to do a welfare check and that kid was 4 years old and he can talk, because remember, I read reports that they were saying, like we talked about earlier, that Darriynn Brown was molesting the kid. That means the mom was letting it go on. So if that kid can talk and say, hey, mommy and this guy been doing this to me, that would cause a tweaker to lose their mind and go to extreme measures.
In that one video you always play where the mom is just tweaked out of her mind in the blue shirt,
right?
She said that kid would do his ABCs in the morning, read the same books. So that kid obviously has the IQ to start pointing fingers if there was any funny business going on in the house. I mean, that's just one theory. Who knows? Who knows? Right. They could have just been a madman. Who the hell knows, you know?
And we definitely...
I hope there's a reason, though. At least a reason.
I'm definitely gonna keep y'all updated, Tim. I'd like to thank you for coming on this show, man. Thank you for coming on, because I be telling people to come on and people be acting like they scared to come on and talk about the madness. So I appreciate you for coming on, man. I appreciate
I actually
you.
just found it. I just found your channel yesterday when I was watching things on this story, and I'm like, all right, this guy's pretty good. He's putting out some stuff. So yeah, I'll keep following you, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Please stay tuned for the updates, because they coming.